This is a proper way to get up in a street fight or an MMA fight. So this really isn't for jiu-jitsu at all because it's going to involve striking. But this is a super essential skill to have for your jiu-jitsu. The main argument these days is that jiu-jitsu isn't the best form of self-defense in the world. I would really argue that because originally jiu-jitsu was the best and it involved strikes as well. These days we move more and more towards sport jiu-jitsu in our academies, and we teach less and less stuff that's applicable for street fights. So along with the dive and clinch, getting up in a street fight, those are two essential skills to kind of bridge your jiu-jitsu knowledge into being applicable for a street fight. So we're looking at when I'm in the worst position possible, on my back here, and Ray's bearing down on me to hit me. The first thing I want to do is put my feet on his hips with my toes pointed outwards, kind of like those natural grooves of the hips there. My feet are fitting right into it. Technically, my arms are longer than the, well, literally, my legs are longer than the arms. So if he tries to hit me from here, he just can't reach, but that doesn't mean I don't use my hands to protect my head anyway. So since he's bearing down on me, he's gonna be in range for the up kick. So I keep one of my feet on his hips, and then I use my other foot to strike. When I strike, I'm doing so with my heel and not the upper part of my foot because that's floppy. I wanna hit with my heel because my shin is behind it. So instead of actually hitting Ray in the face, he's just gonna give me a target there. I'm still turtling, still keeping my foot on the hip. I strike with my heel and not with the pad of my foot. If he's a lot taller than me, then I won't be able to reach his head from here. So I use my foot that's on his hip to bridge my hips off the ground, and now I can come a lot higher with that up kick. Now, once I kick somebody in the face once or twice, they're gonna lean back. Some people might run away, that's true, and that would be great. But let's just look at a really aggressive guy that he's not quite ready to go away yet, but I kick him in the face a couple times and he goes, oh shit, and leans back. So now from here, I'm gonna go ahead and drop to his knee and start bicycle kicking with both heels. Again, toes pointed outward. Don't hit with the pad of your foot. It's not effective. Go with the heel. Always protecting my head as I do that. I kick him a couple times in the knee and he steps back a little bit further. I'm ready to sit up, but I'm not ready to stand up yet. As I sit up, I'm facing slightly away from his power side, and that's the side that's furthest back. My foot is on the floor, and I'm connecting my knee and my elbow together as I grab the back of my head, and I make a shield on this side. I use my hand on the ground to get my butt off the floor, and I slide and attack his knee again with my heel here. By sliding, I cover more distance, so if he's further away, I'm still able to reach him. If he delivers a kick or a punch, I'm blocking it, it's gonna hurt, but I'm gonna stay awake. And if I strike him while he throws that kick or punch, his weight will be on that front leg that I'm kicking, which will maximize the damage. Now, once I kick him a couple more times here, he steps back a little bit further, and he goes out of range of my kick. That is my tester to see if that he's far enough away for me to get back up. When I get back up, I keep my shield as I do so. I do a proper get up in base, and then I bring my hands up to protect my head again. So this time we're gonna do this angle, come over here. So he's bearing down on me, trying to hit me in a street fight. Feet to the hips, hands to the head to protect. When he's still bearing down on me, that's my time to kick, using my heel. If he's a taller opponent, I bridge my hips and I strike from here. Once he leans back, then I drop to the knee. Bicycle kicks, toes pointed outward, hitting with the heel. I sit up to guard against the power side, leaning slightly away. Using my hand on the ground to elevate my butt, I slide and attack with my heel until he's out of range. When I can no longer reach, that's when I get up in base while keeping my shield. So just enough time to get back to my feet and get my hands back to my head. If something goes wrong during this process, you can always move back a step. So let's just say, for example, we started here. I'm doing my up kicks. I go to the knee. I get to my slide. And then when I go to get up, he rushes me and pushes me back down. It wouldn't be wise to try to fight from here. It'd be smarter to go back to your back to step one, using your feet to maintain the distance. Because the longer I try to force this get up here, the more danger I'm in of him kneeing me in the face or punching me or whatever, okay? So go back in steps just so you can stay awake. Again, that's the main priority. So one more time.